All right, everyone. Welcome to week 5 for recaps on the other weeks. Up here, right there. Today's goal is to explain a couple things that we haven't done in the past. What the frames are. We've got a lot of questions about the honeycomb. These are frames. This is a frame with foundation in it. It's wax foundation, so it's just beeswax, and they build on it. You can do it without foundation or with plastic foundation, and the bees will build out the wax on it. So once we get into the hive, we'll show you what the difference between this and what I like to call what they call drawn comb is, which is the comb that the bees have built. With that, we'll get into week 5 and go from there. See you in a little bit. On the build out here. So we're going to check all these frames, see if they've built them out at all, the ones at the ends, and if they have, we'll start adding frames. So this one was empty and it's still completely empty. This one, you can see they've drawn it out and there's a whole bunch of nectar in it, which is the honey before it becomes honey. But you see they've built on a whole bunch, but on the back side they haven't built yet.
So are they going slower than you anticipated?
I don't know. Okay, this was a full frame before of just nectar and honey, and it's still filled with nectar and honey, but they've been eating a bunch of it, which means they need a little bit more food. And you see they put a whole bunch of nectar in there, and there's another, I don't know if that's a queen cell or a drone cell. That's
that
weird.
Big?
Yeah.
Do you think they lost another queen?
I doubt it. We'll see. Oh, nope.
Find it?
No, but look, this is all brood, which means that they're capped larvae or capped pupa now, and they're going to be new bees. This was a completely empty frame when we put it in 4 weeks ago. These are all brand new baby bees, and you can, and if you zoom in, can you see the larva inside right over here, Travis? See that one right there? See where I'm pointing? You can see the little tiny larvas in there. Awesome. This is exactly what we want. Same thing on this side, a whole bunch of... Oh, look at all the larvae. Can you see them? Right there.
Yeah.
Those are all larvae.
Cool.
So she's still doing an awesome job. There's a ton of baby, tiny little larvae.
So you don't see the queen?
Not yet. But she's in here for sure. Oh. Beautiful brood. This means that she's laying a ton of eggs, whoever this new queen is. And we'll use it later. More brood everywhere. A little bit of honey up in the corners. Still trying to see if I can spot the queen here. There's a whole bunch of eggs.
So our backyard's not a bust for this.
Aha. This is one of the frames that was completely empty.
No.
And now it's all built out with brood and nectar in it. And this is good honey, so if we were to pick at that, we would be able to eat it. And they're building this frame out. You can see how far it's been built out up in the top and the corners, but not down below. Okay. This is all brand new capped honey. This frame was all nectar stores until last week, and now they're converting the nectar into honey. And this is all nectar, no pollen. Let's see the last frame.
On that one too, nothing yet.
Nothing yet on this last
So
frame.
does that mean we don't need to put on the next?
But I am gonna put a second box on.
Okay.
Because I think that here, Travis, can you move the smoker?
Yeah.
So we're gonna checkerboard these bees. Travis, can you make a space in the middle
Where?
of the new box?
The new box.
Right there, perfect. Actually, can you take one of the ends out? New frame. So what we did here is we're gonna put a couple of the brood frames up top so the queen comes up, and hopefully these bees will start building around these new frames when all of the new bees emerge. It's hot enough out to where they won't freeze to death at night, and they'll have room to build out a whole new hive. And now we're stacked too high. Sweet. So, looks like it was a successful night. We threw a second box on top of here to give them a little bit more room to expand. Looks like the queen is laying a ton of eggs, so by next week, when they start popping out, the population should balloon quite a bit, and we should be ready to go. I also showed you how they build out the comb. Hopefully we spotted the queen within the videos. We just didn't see her.
Figure that out later.
Yeah, but we'll go from there. See you next week.